Hey everybody, welcome back to The Collective. My name is Una. Today I'm going to be giving you tips and tricks on how you can prepare your child for another baby. So if you are going to be welcoming another baby into your family in the near future, this is the video for you. I know a lot of parents are worried about how the child that they already have is going to react, how they can prepare their child, and how they can make the transition from one sibling to another sibling successful. So I'm going to give you 4 tips and tricks on how to do that. Tip number 1. Involve your child in preparing for the new baby and picking out baby things. So this can be really important because it gives your child that feeling of responsibility and being connected to the new baby in a way. If you take your child to the baby store and they help you pick out the crib and help pick out outfits and stuffies and whatever else you're needing for the new baby, then it gives your child this feeling of connectedness. And when the baby comes, you can always remind your child, oh, remember when we went and picked out this crib? Look, the baby's sleeping in the crib right now. And then they can associate these positive memories with the memories that they have of picking that stuff out. Tip number 2, read picture books with new babies in them and with sibling characters. So this is going to be really good because typically kids love reading books, they love looking at pictures. So if you can pick a couple books, and I know there's specific books, becoming a big sister, becoming a big brother, welcoming a new baby, all that sort of stuff. If you can read those books with your child and really talk about what's going on and there's a new baby and look at the siblings and they play together and all of that sort of stuff, then that can help your child prepare for the new baby that's coming because you can associate, the new baby in the book with the baby that is going to be joining the family soon. And when the baby comes and you continue to read those books with your child, then you can also connect that, in this book, the brother has a little baby sister, just like your son is going to have a little baby sister and has a little baby sister now. Tip number 3 is to expect the possibility of your child regressing. So what this means is essentially that your child is going to be doing things that maybe they typically don't do, but that they used to do when they were younger. So a lot of times what we might see is a child who walks and is somewhat verbal and, doesn't really need mom or dad to hold them a lot. When the new baby comes and you're holding that baby a lot, we see the child wanting to be held way more than they used to, or wanting mom to rock them to sleep all of a sudden. Sometimes we'll also see children who are verbal and who talk a lot. All of a sudden the new baby is there and they don't want to talk as much anymore. They want to babble more and maybe they want to cry more when before they used to be really good at verbalizing what was bothering them. So these are all things that are to be somewhat expected when the new baby arrives. And what we don't want to do is make that child, the older child, feel like they're doing something wrong or why are they acting like a baby. The way that I would want you to look at that is that your child, who now is somewhat independent, is obviously still really connected to you as their parent, as their caregiver. And even though they're more independent, obviously, than this newborn baby, when they see how connected this baby is to you, that sometimes brings up these feelings of the older child wanting to reconnect with you in ways that they maybe didn't feel like they had to when they were the only child. And so if they're crying more, if they're wanting to be held more, if they're wanting more attention and that sort of stuff, I would give that to them, and things kind of become what they are going to be now for the future. I would expect that that child is just slowly going to go back to acting, talking, verbalizing, walking, being as independent as they were before the baby came. And tip number 4 is to answer your child's questions honestly and make sure that you're using language that they can understand. So a lot of times, especially when the baby is about to come, mom's stomach is very big and there's lots of questions about what's in there. What is it going to be like when the baby comes? Why is this room set up for a baby? Why are there toys that this child is really not supposed to play with? Be really honest about all those things, because your child can definitely understand a lot of what is going on. And make sure that you're using language that the child can understand clearly. So we don't want to be using baby talk with a child who can somewhat verbalize, but at the same time, we don't want to be using words that are more appropriate for older children. So what I would do is listen to the questions that the child is asking and listen to the words that they're using and use those words in your answer as much as you can. All right, so that's the information I wanted to give you today. So let's do a quick recap. So tip number 1 is to involve your child in preparing for the new baby and picking out things for the baby. This is going to be really special for the child and for the new baby as well. Tip number 2, read picture books that have new babies in them and sibling characters. This is going to be really awesome for your child to connect their life and what is going on in their family with things that happen in books, which typically children love to read. Tip number 3 is to expect that your child might regress, and this can be really normal in some situations, and hopefully the child will go back to their normal behaviors relatively shortly after the baby arrives. I also just want to note quickly that if you are worried about your child's regressions and you're feeling like it's something that needs to be looked into, please go see your doctor. Tip number 4 is to answer your child's questions honestly and make sure that you're using language that they understand. This is going to be really beneficial for your child and their ability to understand what is going on and to accept this new family member that is going to be in your life. All right, everybody, those are the 4 tips that I wanted to provide you today on how to prepare your child for a new baby. It's always such an exciting time, and hopefully these tips and tricks work for you and set your whole family up for success. We really appreciate your support. If you like this video, please like and comment. Also subscribe. We do videos like this every week. I'll see you next time. Bye.